Yes.
All right. Well, I'll try to stick to my script here. What about licensing? Is there any type of education process you have to go to a continuing ed?
Right. Well, most title insurance agents, like myself, are either attorneys or someone who's been in the field as long as I have.
Mm-hmm.
Very long time. They are licensed. We are licensed insurance producers by the state of New Hampshire. We have to take an exam and then find title insurance underwriters who are willing to allow us to be agents. I'm an agent with First American, Old Republic, and Commonwealth Land here in New Hampshire.
Okay, yep, I see. And how has the recession hit the business? Are you seeing like less closings, or how's it working?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And when I stop and analyze where we're at this year as opposed to last, we are on par with our closing numbers, which is even surprising to me when you given all the news that we hear in the media. It certainly is not the case here in New Hampshire. In the spring, we had a large first-time home buyer market because of the tax credit. That carried us through the spring. Now we're experiencing a refinance market with low interest rates. It is, in my mind, the best time to buy that I've seen ever since I started in the 80s. And that's because house prices have moderated and interest rates are at an all-time low.
I would agree with that. Yep. And we have here, biggest change you've seen affecting the business this year?
Well, there's been a lot of changes, and that's why I love this business. It's very exciting, it's always challenging, and it's always moving. And one of the biggest changes in my side of the business that I've seen this year began in January, when the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD as we know it, changed the form of HUD settlement statement that we've all used for years. They've added a third page which compares for the consumer their good faith estimate as opposed to their final HUD numbers. There's very strict guidelines and tolerances that are allowed, and it is to protect all the buyers from price gouging. I think it was a much needed and a good change. That's been the predominant change that I've seen. That and strict underwriting guidelines, which have just gotten that way because of all the bank failures we saw and everything we heard that was happening on Wall Street. So underwriters are taking a very serious look at all borrowers now, and I think it was a good thing.